How's it going, guys, gals? Thanks for clicking on my video. Right here, I'm waiting to buy a slot machine off Craigslist, which I do almost every weekend. So this channel is dedicated to buying used slot machines, cleaning them up, learning how to repair them, learning about the different types, the values, and all that good stuff. So this week, I finally got a Bally Lowboy. Here's the full story. Alright, I only had to drive about 30 minutes for this one. Usually I got to drive 3 hours, so I strapped it to the back there and it slid a little bit, but that's my normal routine. Out here in the sunlight, you can get a good look at how dirty this slot machine is, and they are usually just like this. And I have bought a few clean slot machines, but 75% of them, and especially if you're trying to get a good deal, they're going to be dusty. The cool thing about slot machines, though, is that 90% of the work sometimes is just shining the thing up. Looks super shiny from back here, and giving it a good polishing, and you just look like $1,000,000 when you're done. It only takes a few minutes. So that's beautiful right there. And then apparently they played it all the time. If I hadn't tipped it over, I would have absolutely plugged it in and started playing. It's a good thing that I didn't do that, and you guys will find out why. But I had to make a few repairs before this thing was ready to go. I can win up to 18 nickels. Wow, this is really old school. It's like my antique slot machines. They pay out the exact same. You can see the chrome right here. A lot of that might wipe off, but we got a teeny bit of pitting in there. Now, if I really like this machine, I could take the case off and just have it re-chromed, and it'd be so worth it to have a beautiful machine. So didn't end up coming to all that. This machine cleaned up really well, and it looks really nice now in my collection. You can see it's a little grimy. I'm going to polish it as best I can. We'll see how it looks. $250 I paid for this. And they lost the key, so first thing I got to drill that out. I'm going to hit the forums and ask them how exactly to do that. This is my cart right here, and it's actually for my PCP air compressor, but it's perfect for rolling slot machines out. Usually I open it up, take the coin comparator out, and put them on their back, roll them through the door, and then tip them right onto the slot stand. So no lifting involved. This one, though, I'm just going to put right side up and roll it in there. This is a rare version of what I believe is called the Bally Lowboy. And these are also referred to as Bally EMs or electromechanicals. Cord just coming straight out the bottom right there. Some of these designs are cut out. Some of them are kind of lame like that, so it's one of the things I'm going to fix. This cart allows me to sneak slot machines in the back door without my family seeing them. Alright, there she is, tucked in next to my BB2 and my BB3. This thing, you can change the games. They're super cheap. So I'm playing Airplane right now, one of the funnest games. So you can see a little bit of vacuuming, a little bit of polishing. In here I got better lighting so you can see the true condition of this. But you'd just be so surprised how these things polish up. You know, I wipe the glass off, wipe the inside of the glass too. I polish the, I don't polish it, but you know, get all the fingerprints off the inside of the glass. And yeah, this is awesome. All I gotta do is buy a top candle, and this thing's gonna be legit. So, sides of the cabinets looking pretty good, good enough for me. If it was super tore up, I may not have bought it. Well, for $250 I probably would have, but yeah, that's fine right there. That super loud noise that you hear in the background is actually my most expensive slot machine. It's a $3,500 Bluebird 3, but it has a blower system in it, so like if you're not actually playing it and it's just sitting there, it's just ridiculously loud. This right side of the chrome right here, I polished with just water and a rag, and I think you can see on the camera there's definitely a better shine to the right side than the left side right there. Now the next part is to clean this off. You can see a little bit of the dark dirt in the middle there, but the brown is actually paint. So I was able to get all the dark stuff out, which was the actual dirt. Turned out pretty nice. I always start polishing my machines with just water and a soft towel. And then if I need to, I'll bust out like some Windex or some glass cleaner or something like that. But a lot of times I can get a machine totally clean with just water. Okay, I haven't done the top glass yet, but this thing's looking beautiful. So I scrubbed this middle part out right here, and it is totally clean, but it has a paint or some sort of finish in there, so that would need to be repainted. Not a problem. But you can see, there we go, that's a little bit less glare on it, but you can see my window here is just beautiful. It's all shiny with that silver whatever stuff they got in there. Yeah, so that's looking good. And the chrome is all shiny. I don't think I'd be getting it re-chromed. Looks good enough. Close enough. So I still got to do the bottom here. Get that all shined up. This is just like some generic foaming glass cleaner that I use. So it works pretty good on this chrome. These things are designed to just get dirty with fingerprints and who knows what else and polish right back up again. They definitely do that. Holy crap, you can't really tell, but I'm telling you, this tray right here is brand new after I cleaned that glass cleaner off of it. I only started collecting slot machines maybe 6 months ago, and I already have, I think, 12. So definitely a fun hobby though. If I were to sell my machines, I would make money on every single one I bought. So there's little details like there'd be a little bit of dirt like right there. And, you know, with one little swoosh, it cleans it right out. So I still have to do this crevice right here, and this baby's done. Look at it, this thing's shiny. Wow, look at that, you guys. 250 bucks. Wow. That was a dirty slot just about a half an hour ago. Okay, so my little coin thing looks like it's got the chrome worn off. But that's the kind of thing that I could just buy off of eBay and then unbolt that one and bolt a new one right in there. So I'll keep my eye out for one of those. There's so much glare in here you can't tell, but this thing is super shiny. So all that's left now is this glass right here. Behind here, there's a couple screws right there. So I'm just going to undo those, slide that out, and shine it up. So it looks like one side has a Phillips screw and one side has a flathead screw. So I'd probably want to find out which one was original and replace that. Although I would like to paint these stripes right here black. I think it would look super cool. I'm probably going to end up painting them gold just to keep it original. As well, here's a look at my broken candle topper. This part's pretty nice. This guy could probably use a replacement or a refinish. Well, look at that. Huh, nice. Maybe that's on upside down. Anyway, I'll try to get one of these in the best condition I can, and we should be good. Okay, that's still not coming up, so let me take those screws all the way out. All right. There we go. Doesn't want to be all the way out. Wow, and so obviously, I don't know, I would not want to tighten those too much, even though it appears that they go through there. And you know what? This is actually plexiglass, so I'm very glad I didn't spray glass cleaner on there. You spray the wrong thing on this and you'll be in trouble. So like I normally do, unless I need to, I'm going to clean this with water, okay, and a soft towel. That's it. All right, I got that thing looking like $1,000,000. So one thing, you never want to use a paper towel on plexiglass because it will scratch it, and it'll actually scratch glass too. So I was careful to only use fabric. Like I just use a soft towel like this, hit it with the wet stuff first and then dry it. You could polish it and dry it with the dry part. Works really good. I am going to detail this a little bit as far as cleaning it while that's off. Here's a look at that cord, and I had said earlier that this didn't have a cutout, which I thought was the reason for that going on right there. Look at that. That looks pretty dangerous. So I think it's just lucky that they didn't blow this thing up, or maybe they did. Anyway, I'm going to fix that. But what I was about to say though is that this does have a nice little cutout right there. So as long as you got your thing oriented right when you put this down, it'll be perfect. Check this out. This is like literally just like worn through from age. That is crazy. Wow. They are really lucky that this didn't pop off. People I bought it from said they played it a lot, so I'm really glad I didn't try to test it out at their house. So the first thing I tried to do was get rid of that corroded wire, and luckily I had about 1 inch of good wire sticking out of the machine. If I was able to open the door, of course I would probably untie whatever knot is inside the machine and let a little more of that cord out. But this ended up working out okay. Even underneath the wires, the copper was pretty tarnished, so it was kind of hard to get the solder to stick to the wires. But I did manage to get some solder on there. I've got lots of soldering experience from building drones and RC stuff. Of course, those are shiny wires. It did take a while, but I finally got some solder gobbed on there. And I think the few shiny strands were sticking the solder to it, and then the other solder was sticking to that. It was the same story with the other end of the cord. Even though I cut it down a couple inches, the copper was tarnished all the way in there. So, did the same thing, tried to get it really hot. Finally got some solder gobbed on there. Then I got a little heat shrink tube going on. And I stuck those solder points together. And it actually came out really nice. Total pro job. Once I was done with the soldering and the black heat shrink tube, came out perfect. Looks like there was never even a problem with the cord. Looking good, we're nice and safe now. Hopefully I got those wires correct. It's gonna fit right there. I should actually staple that in there. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do so that won't happen again. So I'm gonna pull it up into that notch. Here's my staple right here, just a normal electrical staple. I am gonna wanna spread it out a little bit though. So that is gonna scratch the crap out of my table or slot machine stand, but I'll just put some of this double stick tape over it. Boom. That ain't scratching nothing. This 3M stuff right here. Ruh-roh. When I was putting this away, I noticed this nasty little guy. Lucky I noticed it, so I'm gonna fix that too. Beautiful. Alright, you guys, so long story short, this thing turned out great. Now, it looks really good. The camera doesn't always pick everything up. There's a few imperfections in the chrome, but that could probably be polished out. That's not pitting, it's like maybe like water stain, I guess you would call it. And then over on this side, there's actually, you can see how shiny it is, but there it is. Oh, it was picking it up. It's almost like, there it is. It's almost like really faint cracking, but then again, once again, you guys, that's really close up right there. So once you're back a few feet, you don't notice. I'm really pleased with this. Anyway, I found a place for it right there next to my other slot machine. And I'm really pleased. It takes one coin at a time. Snaps in really nicely. I have won a few jackpots already. But yeah, that's a Bally Low Boy, which I wanted anyway. And this is a rare version. The Money Honey. Looking good. Alright, you guys, that's it on this one. We'll see you hopefully next weekend with another dirty slot. Thanks for tuning in. Late. One more thing is when I finally get this open, I'll clean the inside of the glass and dust off those reels so they'll be looking perfect. The forum I'm talking about, you can get answers to any slot machine question you want. You can get a slot machine off Craigslist and say, hey guys, this is broken, what do I need to do to fix it? And literally, right away you'll get an answer from a bunch of guys that really know what they're talking about. So, it's an essential part of my hobby. Check it out at New Life Games forums. Just look it up on Google. Or there will be a link in the description. Alright, see ya.